Up next on ASI On Course, we're going to talk about explicit comprehension. Welcome, and thanks for joining us for ASI On Course, a show that shares all that's hashtag AACPS awesome here in Anne Arundel County Public Schools. We intend to take you through a fascinating journey through the county and featuring the amazing that happens in each of our classrooms each and every day. Our travels will explore all aspects of the Division of Academic and Strategic Initiatives, whose focus is directed solely towards supporting all students and their learning travels. Welcome aboard and enjoy the ride. Our show today will highlight the very important component of our elementary literacy program. It's called explicit comprehension, and it's been in existence for a very long time, but recent emphasis on this component of literacy is worth our attention. We're delighted to have Ms. Kristin Addleman from the Reading Office and Ms. Ginny Allen from our Advanced Learners and Programs Office to share this information. Welcome aboard.
Thanks, Skip. We're happy to be here.
So can you take a minute and just kind of introduce yourself and give us a little idea of what your role is here in the school system? Kristin, we'll start with you.
Sure. I'm a teacher specialist to the Office of Elementary Reading and Integrated Literacy, and I act as the liaison for the curriculum office.
Thanks for being here. Ginny?
Ginny Allen. I work as a resource teacher for the Advanced Learner Programs Office, and I work with providing professional development to teachers and reaching out and helping teachers to plan and implement the advanced curriculum, but also implementing curriculum for students who need something at a higher level.
Fantastic. I want to thank you both for being here today. So Kristin, the whole child is a very important focus of what we do here. Can you kind of unpack that a little bit and tell us what that means here in the county?
Sure. So we not only have the core curriculum, lots of literacy blocks that really encompasses a comprehensive literacy program. Sure. Of course, math and science and social studies. But a lot of focus lately has been really on that idea of the whole child. So really getting into uncracking social emotional issues and being able to teach strategies and skills for students to overcome some of the deficits that they have in those areas. We have a new health program going on in the 5th grade, so that is going to be a great place to start. So it's reinforced again in middle school and high school. So we're really trying to incorporate a lot more movement and getting the students well prepared for their life ahead.
And so Ginny, all means all encompasses every one of our stakeholders, the 82,000 students in our classrooms. Can you give us a little wider perspective on how the curriculum development comes about and who's involved in that process?
Absolutely. We worked with the Literacy Office, the Advanced Learner Programs Office, Special Education, and the English Language Acquisition Offices worked together to provide, to write lessons that incorporated day-by-day sequencing of skills. We worked on differentiated learning opportunities for our lessons as well within each block. And we also worked on writing and assessment questions.
Very comprehensive and a global perspective, which kind of brings an opportunity for us to let's focus now a little bit more on the literacy. We call them the yellow blocks. Talk to us about each of those components and what they mean in a student's day.
Sure. So kindergarten through 5th grade starts their day with what we call a mission launch or a morning mission. And really it just sets the tone for the day and what they're going to be working on throughout the day and gets them focused on school and prepared for their purpose. Okay. We move on then to kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade. We'll have a foundational literacy skills block where they're really working on breaking words apart, reading whole words, figuring out the nuances of reading. They also have a shared reading section where they will be talking about, what does real fluent reading sound like? Where can we...
So it's being modeled for them.
It is, yes. The teacher is reading it. They might be echo reading it, or they might be doing some choral reading together, but the students are getting to really engage with some big books and get excited about reading in that block.
Okay.
The other thing that K through 2 has is the literacy centers, which is a part of the guided reading block. Okay. This is a time where they can independently practice some of the skills and things that were taught. you know, on their own or with a partner. Sometimes there's some gaming going on during that time.
And
so
that's also when the teacher has opportunities to pull smaller groups and do some direct instruction.
Absolutely. The teacher is pulling guided reading groups during that time, which is helping students to work on their instructional level. And that spans K through 5. That is a big part of the instruction that we do for literacy in our schools.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very comprehensive.
Yes.
So Ginny, what goes into making some of those informed decisions about how to differentiate those learning opportunities? Where do we start, and what factors into those decisions?
Well, we want to make sure that we are meeting the needs of all learners. So within explicit comprehension, for example, we have differentiated learning activities. We have DI options, or what we call them. We have DI options 1 for those students who maybe didn't necessarily understand or comprehend the skill that was administered in that lesson.
Okay.
We also have differentiated 2 options, and that's for these students know the skill, they hit the standard, they're doing well, and they need just a little bit more.
Okay.
So we have extended learning opportunities for some students as well, and they could be students who are advanced or students who just need that extra bump. And then we also have the 3rd option is for our English language learners who just may need that little bit of extra support in order to help them accomplish the lesson goal.
So it sounds like the curriculum really does afford the teacher a menu of options and opportunities to meet all students in the classroom.
Absolutely, yes.
So Kristin, Ginny mentioned explicit comp, and that's really what our conversation about today is. Can you unpack that and tell us really what explicit comprehension is?
The explicit comprehension block, it's really right in the name. It's explicit instruction for reading comprehension. So students are taught with modeling, a gradual release model where the teacher is modeling something explicitly. The students are not participating, but they're actively engaged in what's going on. And then students have a chance to try it out, which is called our active engagement, or our we do.
Okay.
And they may work with a partner or jot some notes down, and then they work on it independently or with a partner with a you do activity. And that's, again, independent. Sometimes it can be graded or not, but that's really them just showing what they've learned from the lesson.
And that's an outstanding instructional practice anyway for whether it's reading or social studies, science, or math too. It's a great model that the teacher can follow.
Yes, and we have that in quite a few of our different mini lesson structures.
Awesome. So how about we take an opportunity to head out to Deale Elementary School and see for ourselves exactly what Miss McCall's classroom is doing with explicit comprehension.
We're going to get started. Have a seat.
Ms. McCall has her students coming to the carpet to prepare for the connection. This will help students connect the topic of the lesson to something familiar. For this lesson, the connection is to a painting to enhance arts integration.
I want you to look at this painting. And it almost, to me, looks like a photograph, doesn't it? But it's a painting. And there's a question at the bottom. It's sort of our thinking job as we're looking at the painting. It says, what did you learn from this painting? So think on it for a second. Does anybody have an idea they'd like to share? Noah, tell us something that you learned from this painting.
That hippos must be heavy because there's the vibration.
Okay. Is this a hippo?
Rhino.
It's a rhino. Very good. It's a rhinoceros. You're right. Very good. And that was a very interesting observation. She said they must be heavy because when it steps, it creates those waves in the water, doesn't it? That's an interesting detail there, isn't it? What else do you notice? Denny.
I noticed that it's hot because it's drinking water.
Okay, so it drinks water from, looks like maybe a little pond or stream. What else? Autumn.
That rhinos are like hippos because hippos they don't go into the water to cool off.
Okay.
Cause that it will just dry up and it'll get warm again. They use dirt because it soaks up in their skin and it protects their skin from getting too hot.
Okay. Can you tell that from this painting? What detail shows you that?
Because like usually rhinos they have a little bit of gray in their skin and you can kind of see the dirt, like the brown dirt or like the horizon dirt.
Okay.
On the skin.
So we don't actually see it covered in mud here, but we can see the color of its skin. We can see different features of its body, the horn and the ears. We see kind of the environment that it lives in, right? So, okay, so hands down, for this part, the reason that we're talking about this painting today is this painting gives us a lot of information, doesn't it? It has details, it has things that we can tell about a rhinoceros that maybe if you've never seen one before, we can start to learn things just by looking at the detail in this picture. And today, we are going to be looking at a text and talking about, just like the painter gave us details about the rhinoceros, the author of this text also gives us details. So this book that I have here today, Animals Helping at Home, we've read this together, haven't we, during our interactive read aloud time. So we're going to be looking today at this text, and we're going to be thinking, just like we did at this painting, what can we learn from the author of this text?
As Ms. McCall referenced, the mentor text that will be used in this lesson was previously read during the interactive read aloud block. This helps students focus on the comprehension skill instead of the context of the text. Ms. McCall then gives the teaching point of the lesson. Students will be active listeners during the explicit instruction being modeled by the teacher. This is referred to as the I do.
So I am going to focus in on a page today, and I'm going to do a little modeling for you. Bless you. Sneezes today. So I'm going to switch over, and I want you to look specifically at this page, and it says, other ways that dogs assist. And as I was reading, I was thinking about this page, and I sort of set a thinking job in my head. I wanted to think about, what do I learn when I read this page? So this chapter, as we know, we've already read together, but I'm going to go back and I'm going to model for you what I did to complete this chart. So I'm going to show you. So guide dogs can help people who are blind and deaf, but service dogs can provide a variety of assistance to people with other medical issues too. They can help people who are in wheelchairs. They can retrieve objects that are dropped. They can turn light switches on and off. They can also open and close doors. There's a lot of information on this page, isn't there? Okay, so my thinking job at first, and I'm going to show you, is right here. I wanted to think about what I learned, and I want to come up with one statement that tells specifically on this page what I learned about. So I thought, okay, it's not about guide dogs this time, it's about service dogs. So that's a little different, and we sort of talked about the difference of that. And it's specifically talking about how they help people in wheelchairs. So I wrote a statement on my sticky note here, and it says, service dogs can help people in wheelchairs. So I'm going to put that here under the what I learned section there. Does everybody see that? Do you agree with me? Can you show me thumbs up if you agree with this statement? Good. Excellent. Now, we've sort of talked about evidence before as being like a detective, right? That a detective tries to find evidence to prove what they're thinking. So I think that service dogs help people in wheelchairs, so I started to think like a detective and decide what evidence would really prove this. What would make sense? If I say they help people in wheelchairs, then I need to tell how they help people in wheelchairs. So I pulled out two details, and the one that sort of struck me first or caught my attention was this one, that they can open and close doors. First, I thought that was pretty amazing that a dog can open and close a door. So that was a piece of evidence. Is that showing how a service dog helps a person in a wheelchair? Yes. So that would be one piece of evidence. So right here, I wrote just a simple sentence right from our text. They can open and close doors. Then I noticed too, or I put right here, do you notice that I put the page number? Yes, page 33, just so that I'm referencing right where that detail came from, okay? But I wanted to try to think of something else, because this is one piece of evidence, but there's some others up there. So the other one that caught my attention right here was this sentence. They can turn light switches on and off. That's pretty amazing too. And I started thinking that's pretty helpful, because I can imagine somebody in a wheelchair might not be able to reach those light switches to turn them on and off. So the dog would be really helpful with that. So again, I jotted down my evidence from my text. They can turn light switches on and off. And again, that came from page 33. Everybody agree? Thumbs up? Great. So today, we are going to practice this together, and then you're going to have a chance to do some on your own. Sound good? Yeah. All right. So we're going to take a look at another page in this text, and I'm going to ask for your help this time. So we're going to go back to our seat.
Students are heading back to their seats to work through the guided practice, or we do portion of the lesson, where students are trying out the comprehension strategy with guidance from their teacher and collaboration from their teammates.
If somebody had never read this and you said, well, I read this book and service dogs, they help people take medicine. And somebody might say, how in the world do they do that? That sounds amazing. So we're going to find, we've found evidence from the text, you've already done it, and we're going to write some proof down. If we say that they help them, how do they do it? So I borrowed Haley's sticky note, and Haley wrote they give them water so they can swallow the pill easier. Do you agree with Haley's statement? Show her thumbs up. That's awesome. I love that one. That's perfect, and that's exactly what it says in the text. So Haley, I'm going to over here on my evidence column, I'm going to write they give them. Who is them? Their owner. Yeah, let's make that real clear because we already used they. Who's they? The dog. Good. So they give their owner water to swallow the pill. Great statement, Haley. I love it. Very good.
Students will now have the opportunity to try this work with a text on their grade level.
Okay. So I want you to take your stickies, put them to the corner of your desk. Nice job. Thanks for helping me out with that. Okay. So I did one. We did some together. Whose turn is it now? Yeah, it's your turn. Good. So now is going to be your chance to practice this. And you're going to do this with a text that I know you're familiar with because we've used it before. You are going to need your reading book for this. And you're also going to need your reader's response notebook. So the text that we're going to be using today, and I'm just going to flip right over, and I'm going to show you, just like I set up a chart, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to be doing it for the truth about wolves. Do you remember when we read the truth about wolves? Okay, so I need you first to open up your notebook, turn to our next clean sheet, and we're going to set our notebook up in this format, please. And it's the same way that I did mine. Okay, I think we're ready to get started. I'm going to flip back over to my example page, and I'm going to leave that there for you so you can see how I did my example, and that might help you with yours. Sound good? Okay, my blue group friends can head to their center. My orange group friends are working. And purple group, come on up with me, please.
So I have the pleasure of being here in Deale Elementary with Renea Robbins, the reading resource teacher. And we just had an opportunity to see Miss McCall's classroom, which was amazing. And Renea, just wanted to kind of get your reflections on explicit comprehension from a K-5 perspective here at Deale and in the county. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, this is my third year here at Deale, and the school is just an amazing place to be. It's small, and the class sizes are small, and we just really enjoy working with the kids here. So in terms of explicit comp, we, I feel like it's really kind of notched up the rigor in at least our school, and I think throughout the county.
Great.
So just the lessons, they're just very targeted lessons. Our teachers have really kind of taken them and run with them, and as they see these assessments, either the quarterly assessments or PARC, I think these lessons have really prepared our students.
So they're given a good foundation for the learning when you get before the guided reading, and it really has a nice fit for what we're trying to do with students here in the county.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit, you mentioned about the teachers. Tell me, how are they acclimating to, we're in year 2 now of explicit comp being an integral part of the literacy blocks in the elementary experience. How are they coming along?
Well, I think, so last year was our first year, and, we would often sit down at collaborative planning. We would plan the lessons out, especially in combination with the interactive read aloud assessments, our curriculum block, and just making sure that the text paired up so they had read those texts prior to using them in explicit comp. And I think that was kind of where the meat of it was at the beginning of last year, just the logistical piece. But as the year progressed, we really got into looking at the standards that were being addressed in those explicit comp lessons and making sure that they were ready for their quarterly assessments.
Sure.
And making sure that, if there was one, after they took those assessments, was there anything that needed to be reteach or retaught? Using the DI options were always there as a possibility. I think our teachers are becoming more comfortable utilizing those that curriculum, and we often would spend a lot of time taking a look at the Unify question options that the curriculum provides. So that was a lot of time that we spent, just pulling those into an assessment for students to use and to practice on that platform.
You mentioned collaborative planning and now pushing another thing into that that time block, and the one thing in schools that we just don't have enough of is time. So to be able to strategically carve out time to collaboratively plan at grade levels and with your support, are you finding that teachers are realizing the return on investment of that time?
Yes, absolutely. Especially last year, our PARCC scores went up 10%. So in reading, and we were just kind of thrilled about that. And I think that really sold our teachers. These lessons, sometimes they're meaty, and I think that's what we love about them. And then also that with the time constraint, it's hard to fit them in all the time. But I think that's where we really saw the teacher buy-in. These are really making a difference in our students. So I think, this year it's like they just kind of hit the ground running. They know the value in those lessons, and we're just kind of making it better and kind of honing our skills in terms of the explicit comp.
Awesome. So we've covered the responsibility and opportunity during collaborative planning, and then the delivery. What are you seeing from the kids?
I think they are just impressing us. I think we often heard at first like they can't do it. They just, it's too hard, it's too much. But you know what? When we give them the opportunity and in the framework that these lessons are developed, we're seeing them do it. And as they go up, I think we're going to see an even bigger impact. Last year was the first year, so our fifth graders, it was kind of a lot for them to tackle.
Sure.
And as the lessons build from year to year, we can often, I think, see these kids, doing more and more than we expected.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Is there anything else you wanted to share?
I feel like I kind of just said it, but basically, yeah, I think that they have really seen the growth, especially in our building here. And I think a lot of it is attributed to the explicit comprehension learning block for these students.
Well, I know how busy you are. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day and sharing your perspective and the great successes that are happening here at Deale Elementary.
Thanks.
That was really incredible, wasn't it? I mean, what they're doing there at Deale is really remarkable. And it really gives our students across the county a great opportunity to understand, learn, and apply reading strategies right there and then, isn't it?
Yes.
So do you guys have anything else you'd like to add for our viewers to maybe know or consider in terms of what we're doing here in the county?
Well, Skip, it really, truly is a wonderful time to be a student in Anne Arundel County right now. The collaboration that our offices have put together in creating curriculum for K-5 students, it's wonderful, and it gives the kids a great chance to have those extended learning opportunities, that collaborative learning. I think it's a wonderful thing.
Awesome. Kristin?
I agree. I really do think that it's a great time to be a student here, but we also want to remember that not all learning is done in the schoolhouse. So
point.
we need students to make sure that they're reading all the time at home as much as possible.
Sure.
And this really will continue to help them grow to be lifelong learners.
And parental support is very important in
Very
that capacity
important.
as well.
Yes.
Great. Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this truly has been an incredible adventure, and we're grateful you joined us. We have an entire year's worth of exploration ready to share with you, and hope that you'll join us next time here on ASI On Course, a journey through Anne Arundel County.
Today I come to you with exciting news about school meals. School meals offer students a healthy school breakfast and lunch. Every day, students are offered unlimited choices of fresh fruits and vegetables. Students are encouraged to select up to 2 cups of fresh produce each day at lunch from our unique salad bars. You may also monitor your child's school meals online at My Payments Plus. This is a convenient tool we offer to all parents to make managing your school meal accounts a simple process. To learn more about My Payments Plus, simply visit www.mypaymentsplus.com or call 877-237-0946. Each year, families have the ability to apply for free or reduced price meals. The application to apply is online. Parents, you may log on to applyformeals.aacps.org. The process is fast, easy, convenient, and it's accessible from any computer. Remember, if you received meal benefits last year, you must complete a new application each school year. Thank you for this opportunity to provide you this valuable information pertaining to school meals. School meals fuel your child's brain and body for academic excellence. If you have any questions regarding the healthy school meals offered, please contact me at 410-222-5900.
Anne Arundel County Public Schools has 2 centers of applied technology, Cat North and Cat South. Students who attend one of the 7 high schools in the northern part of the county would attend Cat North, and students who attend one of the 5 high schools in the southern part of the county would attend Cat South. Both centers offer innovative hands-on programs that provide students with industry certifications, college credit, and apprenticeship credits.
I chose to come to Cat North because this offers a more in-depth field. This is more hands-on, you get more work done, it looks better with colleges, it looks better on a resume, you get more opportunities.
We get the same credits for being here that we would get in high school, but these are fun credits.
You can read about anything and you can think that you know more about it, but until you actually do it, it's a completely different experience. I've been learning about nutrition since I was in 6th grade, and I've never understood it more than until I've walked in this kitchen.
It pushed me to look forward more in my future, to give me more motivation, saying, you can do it.
Students come to Cat South and they understand the small classes, they understand one-on-one instruction, they understand hands-on activities.
I get more attention from the teacher because this is a smaller classroom and I can be interacted with, and if I have a question I can get direct assistance from my teacher at all times.
The most rewarding thing being a teacher is the fact that I can instill a lot of pride in the hearts of the students for a job well done.
They're learning academics in a small classroom setting that are going to prepare them for their future.
The purpose of education is to create citizens that are productive in the workforce.
Cat North provides students with a unique opportunity with the hands-on learning styles, state-of-the-art equipment, the more personalized and smaller classes, and the opportunity to really not just learn about a trade, but actually to learn the trade itself.
Cat South will allow me to advance to take my state board tests so that I can become licensed as a cosmetologist.
Now I know exactly what I want to do, and Cat North pretty much just guided me in the right path.
I can work my way through college doing this, and it's a great opportunity to learn things.
They really, really look forward to leaving our program with certification in the career path that they've chosen.
The partnership that we have with Anne Arundel Community College, in which they can earn college credits that are proficiency credits, is also a great opportunity.
Our business partners are the people that actually drive our programs. They keep us abreast of what's happening in the industry, what the standards are, and making sure that we do see our standards coming through our students.
We found that hiring from the program, we get a better employee that wants to stay here. They grow with us, we grow with them, and the benefit is mutual.
I already have a job opportunity out in the field, and it's really a great reward you get out from this program.
It's a great learning experience. If you want to take what you've learned here and go on to any tech school, you have a lot of basic knowledge.
You get certifications, and that'll help me with jobs, pursue my career as an automotive technician.
It's preparing me for real work when I get out of high school.
It's real-world industry experience that you just can't get anywhere else, and it really prepares you for the outside world and for post-secondary school.
I'll be closer to being able to get a job and getting into a career.
When I graduate, I'll be more college and career ready.
The only thing I'm going to regret is when they have to kick me out of the door in this place.
Centers of Applied Technology are where students can turn passions into professions. For more information, feel free to contact us by phone or visit our website.